Hello everyone. Today we would like to give you some information about STEM education and its connection to English learning. But before we start, let us introduce ourselves. The members consist of four. It's Sholuna, Maziyatun, Najwa, Tania, Witri, Nadifa, Silma, Andhini, Azwa, Faranisha, and Gita Bintang. Alright, so let's just continue. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And according to Osterg in 2021, it is an interdisciplinary approach to learning where students combine knowledge from different disciplines to solve real world problems. Rather than focusing only on theory, STEM emphasizes critical thinking, problem solving, and innovation. These skills are not limited to science or math. They are also essential in language learning. By integrating STEM principles into English education, students can enhance creativity, digital literacy, and their ability to think critically about the world around them. In short, STEM based learning prepares students to communicate effectively in a technology driven society. So, the next material will be continued by my friends.
Okay, now you might wonder what's the connection between STEM and English. Well, English is actually the global language of science and technology. Most scientific research, innovation, and global communication happen in English. So, by linking English learning with STEM context, students can see how language is used in real-world situations, not just in textbook. Integrating STEM also helps students think analytically, use English for real communication, and prepare for future careers in science and technology where English is the main medium. For example, when students join STEM-based English activities, like coding simple games in English, talking to scientists online, or creating environmental projects, they don't just memorize grammar, they actually use English to explore, collaborate, and solve problems. So basically, STEM makes English lesson more meaningful, engaging, and connected to real life. It transforms English from just a school subject into a tool for discovery and innovation.
Here are some examples of how STEM can be used in English classes. For example, in the deep-based activity, students learn space vocabulary and even join a NASA conference. In the particle physics activity, they can have an online talk with a real CERN scientist. Next, in a coding activity, students create English games or program simple robots. The global warming activity lets them design eco-friendly buildings using English for descriptions. In augmented reality activities, students make interactive flashcards to learn vocabulary. In nanotechnology activities, they can design invention for the future. Lastly, in the famous scientist game, students use grammar, especially relative clauses, to describe famous scientists. So this example show the learning English through STEM can be fun, creative, and very meaningful. Move to the benefit of STEM integration. So we can see the benefits of STEM integration in English learning. First, STEM helps increase students' motivation and improves their English performance. It also boosts creativity and curiosity, so students become more interested in learning. Next, it strengthens communication and presentation skill because students often work in group and share their ideas. STEM activities also develop teamwork and problem-solving abilities because students learn how to think critically and work together. And finally, it inspires students to explore future career in STEM fields.
Okay, the next slide is challenge and solutions. In this study, there are several challenges found in integrating STEM and English learning. The first challenge is the lack of awareness about STEM among both students and teachers. Many of them are still unfamiliar with how STEM can be connected to English learning. The second challenge is limited teacher training and researches. Some teachers do not yet have enough access to materials or training that help them integrate STEM concepts effectively in English lessons. To overcome these challenges, several solutions are proposed. First, we can conduct professional development and collaborative workshops to help teachers understand and apply STEM integrated teaching. Second, using free digital tools such as Start or augmented reality applications can make learning more interactive and accessible. Third, we can adapt learning activities for different age groups to make them more suitable and engaging. And finally, partnerships with educational organizations can strengthen support and provide more resources for teachers and students. Okay, the last slide. To conclude, integrating STEM and English helps promote important 21st century skills among students. It encourages them to think critically, communicate effectively, and solve real world problems creatively. Through this integration, English becomes not only a language of communication, but also a medium for innovation and discovery. Overall, this study has been recognized across Europe as an excellent example of educational innovation, showing that combining STEM and English can truly transform the learning experience. Okay, I think that's all from our presentation today. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.